friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new, welcome. My name is Dede. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning and for supporting me. This video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys quickly my palette challenge update for June 2021. This is a collaboration that I do with Nat from Little Miss Nat and Beth from Little Betsy _79. And Nat invited myself and Beth into this challenge. And it's a really fun challenge. It's sometimes hard, especially because we upped the eyeshadow palette usages. But it is a really nice way of using our products in our collection and all of that. And if you're not familiar with this, we also have stipulations where we are on a no buy to low buy to no buy. Every time you make a purchase of products, makeup related products that are unneeded, they're not something that you're out of in your collection, you do lose a point for that specific purchase, and it goes out of your points that you make for that month. So, excuse me. With all that being said, let me go ahead and grab the products that I have used. Now, I have not used a ton of palettes this month because it was just very difficult, as it is every month. I always set aside so many palettes that I want to use, and I just end up not using them the way that I really wanted to. So I'm just going to continue to strive to do better every month, better than I did the last month. I did do better this month than last month, I feel. And then for July, I will just work even harder to do better in that month, because as friends have told me here on YouTube, one of them that comes to mind is my friend Nona. She tells me all the time that some progress is better than no progress, and I agree with her on that. And I feel like there's a few palettes actually that I did not meet the requirements for the point, but I did get usage out of it, and they're palettes that I had not played in. And if I have time, I will share those that I've had them since the year started, and I had never even touched them until this month. So to me, that is progression. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Let me grab my notepad. I have it right here. And this is a cute little notepad. I think I got this from my friend Nicole here on YouTube, Nicole Davis. Okay, so let's start with the first one I have on the thing. So this is my Tartelette palette. This is the Tartelette Juicy. And this palette I did get for my birthday. I have used this palette quite a bit since I've had it. And that is what it looks like. It's a really pretty neutrals palette. Has some really pretty shades. You can see that this palette has been shown love. You could see in there the usage and everything. This palette smells amazing. It does have a really beautiful mirror as well. And I am considering taking this with me on vacation coming up, because it has every neutral shade I could possibly need. If I decide just to do a natural look while I'm on vacation, or just a little shade on the lid, I think this would be great. But I did use this palette 5 times, and so that will give me 1 point for this palette. Just getting it for my birthday in May, I think that's pretty good. There's palettes that I've had, like I said, since the year has started, or even the end of last year, and I have yet to even play in them. So to me, that's progression. So I will get 1 point for that one. I do have a lot of reflective packaging for this update, so let me apologize in advance if they are dirty and all of that. I have to go ahead and wipe them down, so that is one of them. All right, moving on. So that one, like I said, I used 5 times, so I will get 1 point for that. And I need to also see what my points were last month. It's in my other notebook, and I'll go find that in a minute, because then I'll know exactly what I need to do from there. Okay, the next palette is my Avani and Morphe palette right here. This is such a fun palette. I have grown my bright palette collection so much within this year, you guys. If you've seen a recent haul from me that I got from Juvias place, you would see all those fun bright palettes that I got in that collection of that haul. If you haven't seen it, I'll put it in the cards. But I'm just so excited, and I kind of see a trend with Morphe palettes because I have this Avani one, and it's really pretty, really fun, really bright. And then I also have the Jeffree Star in Morphe, the James Charles in Morphe that was gifted to me. I bought that Lisa Frank one sometime last year. And they all kind of have like the same colors in my opinion. Like some are just different and all of that. But for the most part, they're all like kind of in the same family. And then I got those new Juvias. And then the next color I'm going to talk about as well has a lot of that in it as well. So I'm probably going to hold off on any Morphe palettes for the next time around, like for the rest of this year, because I definitely don't need any more bright palettes. I love them, but I don't need them. I don't use brights enough to have that many in my collection, if that makes sense. But this is a gorgeous palette. Back to it. These two rows here are all eyeliners. You just wet your brush and they come out. I did use this one in a look I recently did, and it did performed just fine. But it is a really, really nice palette. I do have some of these shades on my lid today, which you'll see in a upcoming video as well. So this I will get 1 point out of as well for the month. Okay, next we have the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. So like I said, this is another Morphe palette, and I feel like all of the palettes are pretty close in colors. You can see how beautiful this is. It has some pops of color, neutrals, lots of brights, and I feel like this is kind of repetitive in those palettes as well. But this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. This was gifted to me for Christmas from my friend Beth here, the one that also does the palette challenge with us, and I absolutely love it. I have been playing in it so much and been enjoying it. The shades are really, really nice. They're pigmented. They do have some fallout, but they're not horribly bad or anything like that. So I have been loving this. This palette I did play in 5 times. So I will get 1 point for that one. So unfortunately, because we did up the usage of the eyeshadow palettes before, we had to use it 3 or more times to get a point. Now it's 5. So it's a little bit harder, at least for me. I know probably not for the girls, because the girls have a lot of panning projects, and they use the panning, and then they also on top of that can count the points for this challenge as well. So they're getting a lot of usages in theirs. Now I'm going to show you a couple palettes I did use, but not enough to get a point. But I am glad with the fact that I used them, because like I said, I've had them in my collection for some time and hadn't got around to using them, and so I just want to quickly share with you these palettes. Okay, so the first one is my Illamasqua. I got this in a Boxycharm some time back, probably closer to the beginning of the year. That is what it looks like. I think I also used this in a recent video that I did with Chanel and Nat, a bronzed everyday no makeup look. It is a gorgeous palette. The colors did not perform as good as I wanted them to or thought they would for the price of this palette, but they were nice. I'm glad to have it. I'm glad I got it in a box and I probably would not have purchased it. This palette I did use 1 time, and to me that's progression, because again, this hadn't even been played with, and I had it for a long time. So 1 time is better than none. The next palette is my Peach palette that I got from Makeup Revolution. I had hauled this a long while back as well. It's super cute, super fun, and that is what it looks like right there. I did use this palette, and I almost used every shade in this palette, but I did use it 1 time this month. Not enough to get a point, but that is okay. I got some use, so I'm happy about that. This is the Avocado palette as well, the same one. This is the Mini Avocado. Super pretty, has a lot of really pretty shades. I did almost use every shade in this palette as well. Not enough to get a point, but very cute palette nonetheless. Okay, this one as well. This is the last one that I used this month. This is the Alamar Spanglish palette. And I had gotten this from Boxycharm. Oh, it's been a long while. I can't even remember, but it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. And I did use this palette 2 times this month. And the shadows perform nicely. Beautiful palette. I really like this. I love the aesthetic of it. I love the formulation of it. Really, really pretty. And that I did use 2 times this month, but not enough to count it. So on to face palettes. So with face palettes, we are required to use the palette 3 or more times. We're required to use every product in that face palette that we possibly can, avoiding if it's too dark or something like that, or if it's not a shade match, we don't have to. But we do have to use each product in that palette 3 or more times to get a point. So the first one that I have here, excuse me, is my Jaclyn Hill bronzer and blush duo. You guys did see me haul one of these. Sorry about the fingertips. I've been using it a lot. You saw me haul it, and I returned it right away, and I got a deeper shade. So the one I had was Lilac Love or something like that. Lilac Love and something else. But this is Sun-Kissed and Bronzed Moment. So I did go like 2 shades deeper. And it's a very good color match for me. The blush is very pretty. The bronzer is very nice. It does show up on my skin really, really nicely. Hopefully you can see them right there. Yeah, so they're really, really nice. And I like this one a lot better. And when you swatch them, I feel like it doesn't do justice. But when you put them on the cheeks, it just goes on so beautifully. So for the bronzer and blush, I used each one 6 times. So I will get 2 points for this palette because I use each product 6 times. So yeah, you have to do it 3 or more times. I love this. I think I'm bringing this with me on my trip because I just can't get enough of it. It's just beautiful on the skin. The next palette is my Jaclyn Hill Brightening and Setting palette. It does look like this. I showed you guys this again in that haul. And I could use all these shades, and I have been using all these shades. I use mostly these 3 here to set the eyes right here, and this one for the full face. But they're really, really nice. I use these 2 for setting the face as well. And then these for the eyes and this one for the eyes. It's a perfect match for me. I used this palette 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times as well. And so I will get 2 points for this palette, which is awesome. Face palettes are a little easier for me. But yeah, I really do love this. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. And mine's kind of messy right now, but there's that. And then the last palette is this one here. This is my Kenya Ontiveros, I think, Beauty is how you say that. It's the Set and Define kit. And this is what it looks like right there. I got this from a Boxycharm sometime back. And I hadn't played in this a whole lot. And so I thought I would go ahead and pull it this month to use, which I did. Every shade in the palette I have used except this one here. This one is very, very dark. As you can see, this is more of a shimmery bronzer, which I love on the skin. And then this is a regular bronzer. This is the only one in the palette that I could not use. But everything else I have used and dug into. It looks like for everything except that middle dark contour, because like I said, it's way too dark. I probably could use that as a lower lash or in the future, or even a crease color or something like that in the future, so it doesn't go to waste. But I did use this palette 6 times, I believe. Yes, I used each product except for that middle one 6 times, so I will get 2 points for this. So that's awesome there. Okay, so I got my notepad from last month. Last month I earned 6 points for May. Going into May I had 11 points. So I ended May with 17 points, and it was my birthday month, so the hauls that I had for May, which would have been my Ipsy, Boxycharm, any other hauls that I had in the month of May, did not count, so I didn't lose any points last month because of that. Now, here in June, I will lose points because I did have hauls. So, I had 17 points, at the end of May. This month I earned 9 points. I got 9 points for June. However, I did have hauls. So I had my Boxycharm base box. Because because I pay it on a monthly basis, I do have to count that. If I paid it yearly or quarterly or whatever, if it's prepaid, we don't have to count it, but because I am month to month. So I got a Boxycharm for June, Ipsy for June. I did an Ulta haul, a Juvias, that's when I bought the Jaclyn Hill, a Juvias place, and then I did an ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills haul. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to minus 5 for my points. So I will end June with 4. So I got 9 points. I have to minus 5. So I will have 4 points for June. So I'm ending June with 21 points. I will go into July with 21 points. It's okay. We're going into July, so I should have more points than that, because I think Nat right now is probably almost to 30 or more points, because one month she got 20 something points. I think that was last month or the month before, I can't remember. Anyways, I am ending my June with 21 points from January 2021 to June 2021. So as of right now, I'm getting lots of usage in my palettes. A lot of different palettes are getting used. That is my palette challenge update for June. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely don't forget to check out the ladies' channels and see how they did. Stand right there real fast so I can finish my just check out the ladies. Their information will be linked down below for you guys. I will try to link all of these palettes if I can down below for you as well, if I could find them and if they're still available. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you do enjoy this type of video or you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Definitely don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. I am still working to get to my 500 subscribers, and possibly we'll be doing a giveaway at that time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. This is going to complete the video for today, but I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.